BSL.
Welcome back, everybody, to the BSL Season 7, Week 2, Day number 1. Yeah, I'm Rapid. I'm here with Nyoken, and we just finished up Group F. It was pretty down to the wire, I want to say, but Jaeyoon closing it out there with Crossy advancing in first place, Jaeyoon in second. And now we're moving on to Group E, which not only has an American hope in it, it has a Peruvian player, which is, I think, 4 for 4 so far for at least one Peruvian player making it out of each group, except for the last one, which didn't have any Peruvian players in it. We have a Polish player, Wingzil, that I don't think either Nyoken and I are very familiar with. And we've also got, of course, Paweł, who I think we talked about a little bit, plays 2v2, but he has good muta micro, and sometimes that's all you need. So it should be a very exciting group.
Oh, that's gonna...
Hello? Oh, there you are. Okay. You were totally frozen, and I was
sorry.
like talking to you, but now you're back. Cool.
I'm back. All right. Well, I'm looking at the player cards, and we're talking about how the rankings determine the group, right? I'm looking at them. La Abuela 16, Babo number 9. So they're going to make it out by default, right? But our first match is going to be Tai2 versus Wingzil, and Wingzil already the favorite. He's number 20 going up against Tai2, number 25. I think Tai2 won Gosu League. That's how he made it into BSL.
Oh, is it really? Wow, that's very impressive. He also, of course, won the most recent North American Brood War competition at DreamHack, very narrowly. I want to say it was a hard-fought series, but yeah, Tai2 doing very well right now, and Wingzil with no BSL stats. This is like what the ASL does. You could have a 3-time MSL winner, and if he's playing in ASL, we totally forgot those games ever happened. So while Wingzil has played in other tournaments, I want to say, have not seen him in BSL, of course. Yeah, he is a Polish player from Net Wars. And so, of course, that makes him complete badass. I'm just excited to see him play here. And for Tai2, he's had incredible showings. Round of 10 in Season 3, but the round of 16 performance he had in Season 5 was very, very strong as well. So I'm excited to watch him play because he did qualify through the BSL system in Gosu League, and now it's time to see what he can do up with the pros.
Yeah, and our first map is going to be Sylphid. So I'm ready to go.
I too am ready to go. I hope that you guys are ready to go as well. I hope that you're ready to follow the stream and support it however you feel fit as well. Let's get into our first game of Group E on Sylphid. There we go. All right, we did it.
I'm sorry, but I got to point it out already. We've got a 4-pool. Tai2 bottom right. Not a 5-pool, 4-pool, boys.
My man. Okay, Lewis, we get it. Oh, this is what happens when you name the league the Gosu League. You got to try out these Gosu strategies. His first game in BSL Pro, and he's going for it. Oh, I don't know whether to respect him or be appalled and disgusted.
Oh, you're disgusted by this.
I absolutely am. That's the correct answer. Here we go. It's now a 3-pool because he's made the pool with the 4th drone. We're doing it. I'm so excited, Nyoken.
Well, Wingzil, the one game I played versus him on ladder, he played pretty standard, and I thought he's going to send this probe out and go for the delayed forge. At least he's going to get a fast gateway out or a fast forge. Since it is Tai2, he may just go straight into the forge, which would be not bad. But this 4-pool is going to hit so fast, and because it's a 3-player map, Tai2 is going to find the base extremely quickly. Is this a gate or is it a forge? It's a gate.
Gateway. Ugh. You hate to see it happen. Well, I mean, there's always I've seen 4-pool players run their lings to the wrong bases and leave the game. So, barring that happening, things are looking okay for Tai2. 6 lings right off the bat.
Now, 5-pool is I don't want to say it's a common build, but it's you play versus it sometimes, Zerg versus
Oh,
pros.
I definitely do.
Yeah, but 4-pool, not really that common. Now, I hope Vingzil recognizes that this is a 4-pool and not a 5-pool. Now, what he needs to do is probably get a shield battery down, because a shield battery with zealots and probes can deal a lot of damage. There goes that probe. Hopefully this is for the shield battery. I think he can hold it. And what I like to do versus 4-pools is when they're microing the lings, send the worker to attack the drone line. A lot of times you end up killing the worker, and that can just be game over. There's the battery. So I think he can do it.
Yeah, Tai2 is going to try to get in here, but I mean, 6 lings and a dream is basically what he has. The zealots out, that's huge. The probes were pulled. They're trying to break through. Oh, surround on a couple of those probes. Already starting to take those losses, and he's going to run past the battery before it warps in.
Yeah, the zealot was on the wrong side, and then also the probes didn't drill. Now we've got 5 links into the main, and the zealot has to stay back at the gate, and he's going to lose some more probes.
Yeah, I think this is a great spot for Tai2 to be in. All he has to do is micro and not take too many zealot hits. There is a second one out right now. He's actually going to try to fight the zealot, the madman, surrounding it, but they're coated in butter. They're trying to squeeze through, and now it's the zealots running away from the lings. Not the dynamic he was looking for there. The probe is going to be pulled once again, but he's continuing to target to fire them down. Oh, Lewis, my man, he's doing it, I think. He just has to not get these lings trapped. So much lost mining time. The zealots can't be at the front of the base. There's more zerglings sneaking in. This is not looking good for Vingzil.
Yeah, I think this is over. There's no probes mining. He has 6 probes now, 7 probes. Meanwhile, Tai2 could even start droning at this point if he wanted. Another probe goes down, almost.
Oh.
But there's so many lings.
Yeah, the zealots are at low HP too. This is more than 6 lings. How do you make more than 6 lings with a 4-pool? He did it. There's two more about to come through. There's 4 on the pylon at the front door. It's a total disaster for Vingzil, but a massive triumph for Tai2 and every dirty cheeser I have to play on the ladder.
Well, because Vingzil pulled all his probes, he didn't even have any money to build another zealot. So this is all he has left. It's 3 zealots in a dream versus probes, no battery. This pylon's going to go down, then he's going to be supply blocked, and he's not going to be able to build anything.
Well, he might not have anything to build here in just a second. The zealot's getting kind of tripped up right there. The pylon will eventually go down. Now, don't mess this up. There's a way where, Protoss players can make miracles happen if you don't target fire down their units, or maybe you get drone drilled. But now he's just fighting them straight up. There's more zerglings coming through. Everything here is going to die, and this is going to be one small step back for mankind's strategies, but a giant victory for our remaining NA player, Tai2. I don't think there's basically any way that Vingzil can come back from here. That's it, GG. Tai2 with the 4-pool, coming out with a win.
Yeah, just brutal. If that pylon at the gate had stayed up, I think Vingzil had a chance, but as soon as that goes down, it's like, it's over.
This is like the first time you see an impressionist painting, and you look at it and you're like, well, I guess this is art, but I don't know whether it's beautiful or terrible at the same time. It's a crazy experience to watch something like that, because at the one hand, you're watching a very skilled player execute a very risky build to a high level of precision and accuracy. On the other hand, you're watching a dirty cheeser do the simplest, easiest way to cause good players to lose games. However you want to look at it.
Yeah, I like it and I hate it. I mean, it's just rough. Hopefully this doesn't tilt Vingzil, because, as I said, I played him on the ladder. He's pretty good. He plays pretty standard. He's pretty solid. It would be unfortunate if he just falls apart going into whoever he plays next. But now we've got La Abuela, the hero, up against Babo.
Yeah, the reason we're memeing about La Abuela is because he's a Peruvian player, and there's been one get out of every group, so he's clearly destined for greatness. And I don't even think that even if he was the first, even if this was the first group, and we didn't know that Peruvian players were guaranteed to win, he is actually still very good. Although I will say he's no number 9. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, he's not number 9. Babo, really high on the ladder, almost 2,300. Remember, this guy is a 2v2 main player, I think, but he plays 1v1 a lot. He's Like I said, he's got amazing muta control, like ridiculous. I'm looking at his verse P stats, 42%, not bad. Labuela, no stats at all in BSL, but he did, remember, he took out TT1 in NA versus SA, so this guy definitely really good. Yeah.
I have a feeling not as many people would remember that, but I'm glad you brought that up. Okay. Never forget.
Never forget.
Well, Babo's never been defeated before he gets to the round of 16. So is this the first time that will happen? The Chilean powerhouse up against the guaranteed Peruvian hope in La Abuela. Let's find out what's going to happen. I need to join the game, but our map is going to be Gladiator. Yeah, I'm just excited for another ZVP. We're getting a bunch of good ones today.
Yeah, Gladiator, one of the better maps, I think. So let's go.
Okay, there we go. All right, about to get into game number 2. All right. Well, here we are. The map is Gladiator and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner in the red. This is our Protoss player from Peru. It's La Abuela.
In the top right, I didn't realize he was in IRK. It is Babo. So what do you think we're going to see here? Are we going to see Bus like Frosty and Jay went for?
We've already had drones be made, so we're definitely not going to see what happened in game 1. I would say in general, La Abuela, at least from my experience, tends to be a pretty aggressive player. So I would be expecting Gateway expand, something along those lines. I always think the reason I see Forge expand at least so much is because there are players that are scarred by things like Tai2 just did. So, but usually, especially if you subscribe to like the TT1 school of thought, Gateway is the great way. So. I think that's probably the way to go. It lets you just be more proactive. You don't have to hide behind your cannons and hope that there's not 50 hiders about to walk into your base.
Yeah, I am a little surprised that we've seen more Gateway expands this time than Forge expand. Lancer versus Jaeyoon. I think that was the only time we saw a Forge expand, but this time is going to be another Forge expand because La Abuela is getting some more resources. And remember, these guys probably play versus each other a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if La Abuela goes blind 12 Nexus if he knows Babo's style. But that would probably be a bit risky on Gladiator, in particular with high ground, ramp advantage. I don't know if you want to go for that, but here he goes. This is going to be 12 Nexus. It's got to be a 12 Nexus, right?
Yeah, right on command. Great call, Nyoken. I guess this is the second... Or I guess we saw a 12 Nexus in the final game of Group F as well. But I think that worked out maybe a little bit better, not in the long run, but you do have to really get a read on your opponent in order to pull that off.
Yeah, you almost never see this, ever. And he wasn't like he even scouted. He's just now scouting. La Abuela going full greed mode. Forward to follow up. If he can get a quick scout to top right, doesn't look like he's going to this time, but he could skip the cannon. Now,
I mean,
Babo
I totally agree. He's going to scout second, which is not first, and the only reason I mentioned that is because if you scout first, then I think you can cancel the cannon. But I think he's figured it out by now. He's like, okay, wait a second. What's this pesky drone doing? Decent amount of damage on that cannon. I'm not sure if he's going to like maybe overreact and kind of read this as early aggression.
Yeah, I always get worried when people do this. Like they just send a drone and starts attacking the cannon. I'm just thinking, well, does that mean you're attacking me? What does this mean? Because the drone isn't going to kill the cannon. So I like that move from Babo. It forced out probes faster. They're not mining. Uh-oh. Probe at top left. Luckily and smartly, Babo saw this probe, and instead of being greedy and sending the Overlord down to bottom left, where does he put it? He puts it right over that third base because cannon rushes can kill bases, and he's making sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that is actually one of the only aggressive options Forge Expand has. Man, it's so sad watching people die to that, because especially like, you know, we as observers can see it coming, but we just have to watch their like helpless selves not notice it, and then usually lose the base. But not going to happen this time. Great Overlord positioning. Third base is on the way, and the probe is finally scouting the Zerg base. Oh, actually gets past the ramp into the main to see everything. But I guess there's not really a whole lot to see. Just going to catch the lair.
Yep, sees the lair, sees that there's no shenanigans going on, no 3-hatch Hydra, 2-hatch Hydra, anything weird like that. And behind this, La Abuela got his cybernetics, about almost halfway done. To put this into perspective, the game with Lancer had like a 325 cybernetics. So his build was so like crazy streamlined. Now this is pretty standard for La Abuela. I'm not saying that it's slow or anything. This is normal timing, but that's just to give perspective on Lancer's opener. Now, Babo, I didn't see a Hydra put down anywhere. This is, again, just going to be standard Spires play.
Yeah, and I actually see a lot more 2-hatch play versus Protoss on ladder than I do 3-hatch, which is kind of interesting, just because, especially if you go gateway first, then it can be a little bit tricky to get all of that up before you have the resources to deal with it. But yeah, this is going to be 3-hatch, and with the probe now being escorted out of the main, if this was something sneaky, we could see like a Hydra Den come down right about now. But it looks like it is actually just going to be about as standard as it gets.
Yeah, everything perfectly standard from Babo. He's got his 4th hatch coming down, 5th hatch going to come down pretty soon. Also at top left. And again, we've got Fast Citadel. It's going to be another DT opener. I don't know if we're going to see 2 DTs like Lancer X pulled out, or if it's just going to be the standard 1.
I really like that 2DT, because you don't expect it. You're going to have enough Hydras to maybe deal with 1. But yeah, 2DT, obviously it's like a little bit more expensive, but yeah, I don't see that all that often. So I'm a big fan in the one game I've seen it in.
Yeah, they got damage done. If it was TT1, after he got the damage done, he could have morphed them into a Dark Archon and used them for Maelstrom.
Get me
I don't know
here.
if we're going to see that from Lancer X, but you could potentially go for that. So it is an interesting opener. Now, top left is where the Hydralisk Den is. Looks like we've got a supply block a little bit. Babo getting a little hit there, but he does have his 5th hatch going up. Meanwhile, La Abuela rushing that Templar Archive as expected.
Yeah, not very out of the ordinary. I would say that I'm a little bit off on the Protoss build timing, because he did get such an early Nexus. So he's maybe a little bit ahead of schedule. He's got a great economy, but he's going to have to slingshot past this into some sort of third base. And sometimes on Gladiator, it can be a little bit rough to take that, especially if you let the Zerg get too much early, like soft map control. Or especially get like a big Hydra concave in place. So still have yet to see really a big macro swell from Babo. He's still on 44 supply right now, but it's coming. I'm waiting.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting from Protoss perspective, because we do have 2 DTs rapid, and also we've got Fast Robo. Now, this is going to be a DT drop. What is this? Normally, I would think that this is Reaver, but based on how the openers are with Templar Archive, it's got to be a DT drop, and this is going to catch Babo completely off guard. He's trying to actually clear vision with these Sares, get vision with the DTs, just so he can get the DT drop into the main.
Now, one of the DTs has been scouted out at the almost 12 o'clock location. It's going to get surrounded and killed by Zerglings. Wow, that's pretty neat, dare I say. He's going to lose both DTs to Zerglings. Yikes. That's not the way this build is supposed to work out.
Yeah, so Babo's obviously feeling great about killing 2 DTs, but he doesn't know that that was actually an amazing kill, because the shuttle's already out, and with the Sare and DT running around, they're going to know where all the Overlords are, and if he can just skirt by the vision, look in the main, there's no Sunken there, there's no Hydras there. It would have done a ton of damage. So really nice find from Babo, and because he killed 2 DTs, which are very costly, he's taking top left. We're setting up to go into a big macro mode, which is what I love about Gladiator.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the shuttle pretty useless right now. I mean, what do you do when you have to wait for 2 DTs to make? They have finally completed, and so at long last, the shuttle is out there. And it might be able to cancel the upper left base, but it's certainly not dealing any economic damage to Babo, which is pretty, like, you're feeling good if you haven't taken any damage at all as a Zerg player by this point.
Well, I just realized the Forge hasn't been upgrading this entire time. And Babo's going to have +1 weapon. Oh, the Scourge! What are they doing over there?
No way, no way. Ha! Okay, I mean, at least he doesn't get the shuttle, but still. Dropping off the DTs at this upper left base. That is gone. More Scourge on the way, so let's see if these can connect with the shuttle. He sees the Corsair. He's going to clone onto it, and boom goes the dynamite.
Yeah, Shuttle's going to make it into the main. Well, those Hydras have speed. They might be able to intercept them now. They're not going to move. But DT gets shut down at top left. Wow, Babo's timing on speed just kicked in. He's able to save top left. And meanwhile, I don't think he saw the... He did see the DT in the main. He just insta-transfers drone. So these are 4 DTs that really did nothing.
I can't believe this. Honestly, like, eventually you're going to get damage somewhere, right? But apparently not. So... Even, I mean, he's going to save it and get out with that DT in the main, but still, not really anything being done by La Abuela. Like, what has he done this game? He built 4 DTs, none of them did any damage, and now he's going to push out with like a tiny gateway army. I guess he does have a couple of high energy, high Templars, so that's going to be good. But right on time, we've got Mutas in production to snipe them down if they're not careful.
Yeah, and this shuttle's going to die. And exactly what happens when you kill the Sayers? You build Mutas. And now this Zealot timing that going to top left, well, that's not working. 3 Sunkens, even 4. And the DT is back into the main. He's trying to get some damage done, but action at the top left. The Storms need to get these drones or something.
Oh, yeah, beautiful. There we go. That's pretty much mission accomplished. I mean, he's going to kill off all the Sunkens and actually deal quite a bit of damage here. The defense was maybe a little bit late, but man, look at how many Mutas this is. This is like 12 Mutas.
Yeah, Archon getting insta-pop by the Mutas and the Sunken, and now these Hydras and Mutas will be able to clean up the rest of the Zealots. And Babo, he lost all his Sunkens. He lost about 10 drones. That's a big hit, but he lost his entire, or La Abuela lost his entire army. And spending all that gas on the Sayers and DTs behind this, he's got 1 Templar, has 1 Storm, and Babo, he's 6, 7 hatch. He can just rally across the map.
Yeah, he has a full control group of Mutas too. I mean, what do you even do about that? The Protoss just has like nothing that shoots up right now. Yeah, there's not a single unit that can deal damage to air units. I mean, obviously there's cannons, but Mutas are not too worried about cannons, especially not when you have a full control group of them. Okay, I take it back. There's 1 Corsair, and now there's no Corsair. So this is pretty much game over. I mean, this is crazy damage to be taking at this point.
Yeah, and he upgraded +1 armor very quickly. These Sayers and Goons are going to deal no damage. Meanwhile, La Abuela, he's desperate, just funneling into top left, just gets massacred by this Hydra ball. This is probably it. I see the hero at the natural, the Dark Archon, but he doesn't have the energy for Maelstrom just yet.
Where is it? I'm waiting. I mean, I guess that's basically the only way to deal with these Mutas at this point. Is Maelstrom into Storm. But, I mean, okay, congratulations, you killed the Mutas. Your opponent has like 10 hatcheries again, so good luck with that one, my dude.
Yeah, just ridiculous amounts of damage with these Mutas, and behind this, what's Babo going to be building? There is Evolution Chamber, Queen's Nest, so he is just going to... Oh, here comes that Dark Archon!
Yeah, but he split the Mutas around the Nexus, so good luck with that Maelstrom. There's a nice Storm, kills like 3 or 4 Mutas, but they're already split. None of your dirty Protoss splash damage is going to work on these.
Yeah, and he killed the Nexus. That's going to be lights out for La Abuela now. He's probably just going to go for 1 more attack, see if he can make something happen. Natural is getting extremely low, and Babo just needs to spam Sunkens or build Lurkers or anything, and he's just golden. There's no way he can lose this game.
Yeah, still no +1 from La Abuela. Kind of uncharacteristic. I guess it was a pretty hectic, stressful game, so everybody forgets something eventually. We're gonna see the big move out. This is that 1 Last chance for La Abuela to do anything. If he can completely destroy this base with more Hydras than he has units, we'll find out. There's the scouting Muta. Oh, picking up the High Templar, gets it, but a Maelstrom on the rest of the Mutas means that probably they're gonna die here. So, my man, the Dark Archon, finally useful.
Yeah, that was a big hit, but look how many Hydras there are. There's so many Hydras.
Oh my god, it's only half of them, the huge concave. Oh, disgusting. I mean, it's high ground versus low ground for some of these units, and the storms are decent, but yeah, just not enough. GG, La Abuela taps out, and Babo will advance on from our first match. Or second, my bad.
Yeah, Babo looked really good. And just, I don't know how those Scourge did so much damage, but it was just all downhill from there, and the 2 DTs getting picked off. I loved the original build from La Abuela. Just,
yeah,
the 2 DTs, why? They just suicided.
Well, yeah, what's even more confusing to me is like when you have a build where you have 2 attacking units. It's like what are maybe the 2 things you should pay attention to? Maybe have a hotkey control group for those 2 units, and he just like stands them still underneath an Overlord. Like he can see the Overlord with the unit, and then the Zerglings just like walk up, surround it, and kill it. And then it happens again. I'm like, whew, you know. It's like that, what's that meme with the monkey puppet where it's looking at the camera and then it like looks awkwardly off to the side? That's the one.
It happens sometimes. So just like Vingzil getting kind of bopped by Tai2, La Abuela got bopped by Babo. We hope that they recover because they are really good players. And who are we getting into now? Is it going to be the winner's match or is it the loser match?
I think it's the winner's match, so it's going to be Tai2 versus Babo coming up next.
Tai2 versus Babo, Zerg versus Zerg on Power Bond.
Oh boy.
This is going to be good.
Yeah, and you can't 4-pool it as ZVZ. Well, I guess you can, but you know. But I hope not. Let's see what else Tai2 has up his sleeves. I am looking forward to it. I think that Tai2 is maybe a little bit of a favorite here, which is odd to say because he's ranked 25 against ranked 9, and he has way less cool glasses.
Yeah, those glasses are crazy. But I actually like Babo in this match. His mutas are just ridiculous. I can't understate it. Just insane. If we get to that point in the game, a very high chance of him winning.
Okay, well, I'm ready, and I think everybody else is ready too. Are you ready, Nyoken?
Oh, I'm always ready.
Okay, well, let's go. Our map is Power Bond. It's a ZVZ between Tai2 and Babo coming up next. And our third match on the second day, BSL Season 7. All right, let me just check and make sure. Okay, there's drones building on both sides. Oh, all right, sigh of relief has been had. In the green in the upper right-hand corner, the American Zerg player, Tai2.
And in the bottom middle, got the Chilean Zerg. It is Babo. Yeah, every time I'm in game with Tai2 spectating, I always just scroll to his base immediately to see if there's any larva being used. This time, no 4-pool. I loved how you said can't 4-pool in ZVZ. I don't know, Rapid. I wonder if Tai2 ever 4-pools in ZVZ. I don't think I've seen it, but I don't doubt that he does it.
Oh no, he is clearly very well versed in his 4-pool shenanigans. I'm honestly like a little bit sad because obviously like you can do it, but it's like an unspoken rule. It's like, you know, you don't shake hands with a guy that does that against you. But it's still going to be exciting to watch from Tai2. Let's check out what the opening builds are going to be on both sides. It looks like basically identical. Actually, no, Tai2 getting gas.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back to previous BSL. I think it was Kami Zerg who did something like this. He had a faster gas, and Kami Zerg unluckily had bad structure positioning and ended up losing the games, but he always had a gas lead. And Tai2's already got the faster gas. Looking at how this is lining up, gas should be starting for Babo pretty soon, but Tai2's probably gonna have like a 150 170 gas lead. That's 1 or 2 mutas or even 4 Scourge, and that might be the difference maker when we actually have a big muta Scourge battle.
I hope we get that far. I'm just kind of getting those dirty flashbacks to Taitu's first game. Clearly a player that can play all kinds of styles. Actually, one of the coolest parts about watching Taitu play ZVZ is that he's actually one of the rare players that can come back. I remember he beat Eon Zerg by going Spores instead of Mutas, getting that early hatchery up and then just defending with Spores. And then transitioning from that into mid-game ZVZ, which is not something that you see all that often. And he's really good with like the Spore positioning and being able to use that static defense against the very mobile mutas to hang on and slingshot himself with an economic advantage later on if he goes something like 12 hatch versus 9 versus fast mutas. So anything's possible, but at least right now we're seeing Babo go for the faster expand, or the only expand, getting that 12 hatch out.
I'm actually surprised that we see more Spore play lately, because back in older Zerg versus Zerg days, you never saw Spores. Almost never, maybe like 5% of the time. Now you see it pretty often. And that might be what Babo goes for, because he's got speed, no lair, he's got his natural, whereas Taitu in base hatchery, again, something you don't see that often. And this is going to be setting up for basically what you were talking about. Maybe Babo's the one with the comeback.
I feel like unless you're like Effort or Zero or somebody, in-base hatcheries, they do not have a high success rate.
How did that Ling get in? There was just a tiny gap for a fraction of a second, and now the Ling gets in. He sees that it's 2 hatch. He sees that the Spires just started. And
disgusting.
Yeah, he just knows exactly what's going on. He also knows that Taitu skimped on Lings. And now he's going to try and actually do something about it.
Yeah, of course you're never going to kill this Zergling. I mean, it's just going to like run around forever. But that's so crazy. That's like a flash Zergling. And he's like almost killing drones. Wait, is it? No way he kills this. No. Oh my god. He did. Okay, well, he's killing drones with 1 Zergling in the back. Anything is possible. Crazy by Babo, already kind of tipping the scales in his favor.
Yeah, he attacked the front, drew attention there, killed the drone. This is what Babo does. He plays 2v2 so much. 2v2 is very low eco. So moves like this happen quite often. You can see that coming in to play here. Meanwhile, Spire is getting close to finishing. Babo's going to match the Spire. I'm pretty surprised that we don't see an evolution chamber just yet.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it. There it is, finally on the way. Babo will have those spores up eventually. Muta's about to pop here, or not about to be built, and there they go. 3 instantly in production. It's me getting a few more of that macro hatch, but the stalemate at the front. A lot of times the 9 hatch player, I say 9 hatch because that's kind of the way we went this game with the in base, but the fast muta player is the one with all of the impetus. He's the guy trying to make it happen, but you also have to make sure that you don't die to Lings while your mutas are across the map. And I mean, Babo's already killed the drone so far.
Yeah, I like Taitu's position. Now, okay, this Spore, it's at the front. I don't know if that's really the greatest position. And Power Bond is, oh no, Babo got his drone blocked in his main. He wants to build a Spore there. There's no real defense. Luckily I say, he loses just an Overlord instead of losing his main. Also, look at the Spore colony position versus where the Spire is. The Spire could get potentially picked off. If
you went straight into the main right now, can you kill that before it finishes? No, I don't think you could, but
I think he could kill it before mutas pop out. Babo's broke.
Yeah, he actually just has no money. Oh my gosh. So the Spore finishes, but look, he's already lost, what is that, 4 drones? Ooh. I mean, the perfect timing on the hit there from Taitu. He also does not really have to worry about the Lings, because he's built a bunch more Lings himself and pushed Babo back there. So, man, it's kind of the worst of both worlds here for Babo. He had to invest so much on that Spore infrastructure. He just does not have an economy at all.
Well, this is the danger of Spores. Well, Taitu's not abusing it this time, but a lot of players, what they'll do is they'll build a large amount of Lings like Taitu has, sit where he is right now, and fight over this ramp. Soften up the Lings. Oh, nice control, killing off the Scourge.
Ooh.
And then once he gets the Lings, either out of position or at a lower count, you just run into the main. And then what's in the main? There's no Sunkens, it's just Spore. And then you have Mutas plus Lings engaging Lings on the ramp, and you just run them over. But Tai2's decided he's just going to expand behind it, which is a fine choice. But I would have loved for him to just go kill Babo right now, because I think he could have done it.
Yeah, man, making that decision is something you definitely have to ask somebody to hold your beverage of choice before, because it's not an easy thing to kill someone, just in Brood War in general, but especially in ZVZ. You run up against some wacky Sim City, your Lings bug out or something, craziness can happen. But I think the Muta advantage is obviously pretty gigantic here for Tai2. He's got basically complete map control, and even though eventually Mutas will come out from Babo, he is kind of holding on for dear life right now, and once again has a terrible economy.
Yeah, huge lead for Tai2. He's got 5 Mutas versus 0 for Babo. If we look at the gas, they're basically even on gas, but the difference is Babo at the natural, despite him having it much longer, no gas being mined there. Meanwhile, Tai2, he's mining it and he's mining the minerals. His econ is really good. This is something you don't really see that often in Zerg versus Zerg. You almost never have macro games. But this is actually a macro game, ZVZ. And look at the supply, 50 to 32.
An 8-minute macro game, yeah. But no, you're absolutely right. I think as long as you secure your ability to make more Mutalisks than your opponent, you're always going to be in a great spot. Because every time I see Zerg players try to tech when we get into double quotes late game ZVZ, the guy that just straight up builds a billion Mutalisks, it's always a good position to be in. And I think that's exactly where Tai2 is. He's getting Carapace, which is sort of the nail in the coffin for Muta battles. You'll just never beat Carapace Mutas with other Mutas.
Yeah, and Babo, really his only chance to probably take this game is to try and go into the ultra late game Zerg versus Zerg. Try and get like something like Devours or Defiler. Those can be very devastating units, but because he's still got no gas at his natural, I think we're just going to have an all-out attack from him. Probably build up maybe just to one control group of Mutas and pray that he can bust through. But the econ of Tai2, like, it's just way too strong. This is never going to work.
Yeah, I mean, and especially with his Carapace, about a third of the way done. 3 Mutas on the way. Just so much going in Tai2's favor. I love that he's also splitting. And what? Ooh, what's this? A third base from Tai2. At the 11 o'clock. That's wow. I've seen a third. I guess that's actually a 4th hatchery because he has double hatches in his main.
Yeah, 3 base Zerg versus Zerg. You don't see that often unless you're playing versus Aegyo and you hit a 3rd base. That's really the only time. I wouldn't mind if Tai2 just puts down a evolution chamber and just spans spores everywhere, because like the only possible way he could lose is something ridiculous, like Scourge connect on different Mutas, every single one of them. That's the only way. How many Mutas does he have? He has like 20 Mutas almost. Meanwhile,
yeah, it's Babo's like 2 control groups by now.
Yeah, he's got his one group. So I think that this is the time for Babo to go. This is a big power spike, can control 12 all-in-one hotkey.
Yep. And I mean, there's that big anti-timing where you hit right as this Carapace finishes that you want to avoid by Babo. So yeah, this is kind of his moment. One thing I would love to see Babo do is split his Zerglings around the map a little bit more. Because if you can get an eye on where your opponent's Mutas are, you can just hit somewhere else. And then obviously he's got Spores back home to defend, in theory. But yeah, both players just going to macro up as many Mutas as they can. But obviously, I mean, Babo will never be able to make as many as Tai2. And especially with that Carapace advantage, I think we're just going to see Tai2 complete this upgrade, max on Mutas, and then head across the map.
Yeah, +1 armor. Is it +1? Yeah, +1 armor about to kick in. Lings are going to top left. There's a Sunken there. These are going to get shut down. And really, just like what Babo did earlier, he's trying to use them as a diversion. He doesn't know that Tai2 doesn't care about those Lings, and he's just waiting right here.
Oh my gosh. Oh, the tragedy. Actually, massive Scourge detonations, but I think a lot of the multitasks on the same Mutas. Man, if Scourge just splashed to image, whew, unfortunately they do not. And now there's still like 3 control groups of Mutas. It's like 2.5 here for Tai2. Non-stop Muta production and that Carapace upgrade. Doesn't get much better than that.
It certainly doesn't. These Lings got cleaned up. Babo's trying to transition out of it. He's finally got his gas up and running at his natural, but look at the drone counts. Strictly on the drone count. We've got 11 in the main, 8 at the natural. Meanwhile, Tai 2 has like 40 drones. He has twice as much econ. It's crazy how much econ he has.
He's got more drones than his opponent has mutas, which is probably not the ratio you're supposed to have, at least in a traditional game. I mean, it's still, it's not like Babo's going to die instantly, because you never want to like attack into spores or do something crazy that's going to throw the game, obviously. But Tai 2 doesn't have to do anything. He can sit back on 3 bases, 3 gases. Yes, 3 gases in his EVZ. And eventually, I mean, he'll even be the player that's able to get something crazy like, Plague or Ensnare if he wants to. Instead, he's just getting +2 carapace for his mutas, which is, I mean, the second nail in the coffin, if you want to say that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just surprised Tai 2 hasn't attacked. Like, he knows that he's got a 3rd base up and running. I guess he doesn't realize how bad Babo's econ is, but it just feels like he could just, at any moment, just roll him over.
Oh, wow.
Babo has
you
can go ahead.
This is honorable macro player Tai 2.
Yes.
The guy that just got done 4-pooling. He's decided, no. That's for plebeians. I'm going to take the, holds out pinky, raises monocle, the erudite way of playing ZVZ, the gentleman's ZVZ, where you build like 500 mutalisks. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. This can't be the way you're supposed to play this, right? I mean, I guess technically you become more safe, but at some point, you could have killed the guy 5 times over. Hitting with the mutas here, this is finally some, dare I say, damage being done by Babo.
Yeah, this is what I was kind of worried about, because what Babo does is he sends one group and then attacks the other. Where is he going? To the main. So he shut down that mineral line. He's going to shut down the main mineral line. All of the mutas went to the left side.
I love this. He split his mutas back to the base. So the mutas aren't actually, Tai 2's not actually chasing Babo's mutas. He's going to lose that base. And now finally he realizes, aha, I've been duped. He's going back to take care of those mutas. But almost every drone's dead by now.
Yeah, but Babo, meanwhile, in the main is going to lose all of these mutas. And Tai 2, I mean, he really didn't lose that much. He lost drones, but that doesn't matter. GG.
Okay, it was cool there for a second, but ultimately, the one true force of having more mutas than your opponent wins out in the end. Congratulations, Tai 2! First player to advance out in first place.
Yeah, and I really thought that Babo was going to put up a better showing than that, but Tai 2 showed that at least this build worked really good versus Babo's style.
Yeah, the in-base hatchery isn't something that you see very often, but Tai 2 made it work. I think he made exactly the correct decision when he got in and was able to get like 3 drone kills when that spore was a little bit late in the main. He was just like, all right, time to back up, double expand, and took the game with a final total of 115 supply, most of it mutas, in that last series. So that was pretty impressive. My boy Lewis, he's on fire. He's advancing on to the round of 16.
Yes, so Tai 2 in the round of 16. Now we're going to be going into La Abuela versus Vingzil. That's going to be a PvP. We haven't seen that all day long.
Yeah, what's a good day of StarCraft without a PvP, am I right? It's still going to be exciting to get some variety out there. Although the true battle will be between Vingzil and himself. Hard to win that matchup.
Yeah, PvP. Have we seen La Abuela play PvP? I seen him PvT. He's pretty good. Like, he almost took out Dandy a few times. I've seen that, but I don't know about his PvP. I see Mr. Future SC in the chat, and Future SC known for those killer pylon blocks, which is very deadly in PvP. I hope we see some of that.
That is true. Thanks for the sub as well. While we have a brief amount of downtime while I'm getting into this game, just want to remind everybody that you can follow, like, subscribe, drop a comment, whatever you feel so led to do. Also, if you miss any of the games, they all go up on the BSL YouTube channel, which is just Zero's YouTube channel. And I forget what the command in chat is. So one of our handy dandy mods can maybe post that in there. We've got a Patreon now. It's patreon.com/bombastic. So get out there, support the BSL. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up next, it's Vingzel versus La Abuela. Game number 1 is on Power Bond. So now that we're all into the lobby, we can go with match number 4, the elimination match for Group E, or Group A, as it looks on screen. If there's an accent over that E. Okay, let's go. Okay, in the upper left-hand corner, in the blue, playing Protoss from Peru, it's La Abuela.
And in the top right, we've got the Polish Protoss. It is Vingzel. Okay, we talked about earlier that we both thought that both of these players were pretty aggressive. So I want to see some aggro play. I want to see the pylon block, like I said. I want to see 2 gates. Somebody get in the other guy's face.
I was going to say, we already had like the Zerg 4 pool. Now we've got to have a Protoss player prove that they too can be total degenerates with some sort of build like that. I totally agree, Nyokin. I just want to see massive carnage. I am the plebeian citizen that enables the Roman Empire by attending the Colosseum battles every day. I just want to see blood. So it is a cultural lesson for all of you out there, but also one that we can still continue with our modern day gladiatorial fights. We're not on the map Gladiator, so my analogy is only somewhat correct there. But I mean, I'm always glad to see Power Bond. I think it's the most picked map in BSL this season, and for good reason.
Yeah, Power Bond, I love this map. It's fantastic. Everybody knows I don't 8 racks or do anything like that, and this is a map designed for macro players for sure. Now, are we going to have any aggro play? No, not from Vingzel. He's taking gas. La Abuela, he's our last hope. No 2 gate from him either. It's just going to be mirrored builds.
Disappointing. The Blood God will not be satisfied today. I think that's Korn, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know my Warhammer 40k lore, but I think that's the guy we're supposed to be going for. I actually really like this, except that in general, you know, the number of PvPs I see decided early on is actually not that many. Usually, it's actually totally mirrored builds up until maybe one player decides to go for maybe DTs or something crazy like that. But I think we're just gonna have. Wait a second. Am I missing a cyber core here?
Yeah, no cyber core. Oh, there it is. Just started for La Abuela, so a bit of a difference. Vingzel way ahead in the cyber core timing.
What did he do instead of getting that cyber core?
Well, I think he's got his pylon faster, and he's probably going to go into a second zealot.
Okay. All right. Finally figuring that out. Sorry, I'm not the Protoss expert by any means. All I see is a massively slower cyber core and have to scratch my head a little bit.
Yeah, so like you were saying, sometimes we see some DTs. The standard play is to go the 1 gate robo. PvP has a whole ton of builds. I've seen 2 gate, 3 gate, even seen 4 gates sometimes. Rain in last KSL, pulling out everything, just running snow over. We even saw 4 gate speed zealot, just crazy stuff. Delayed DT, we'll have to wait and see what the build choices are. Scouts have been great on both sides. Dragoon comes out finally going to push out La Abuela. Now, what does that mean? What is Vingzel going to go for?
I'm waiting. The big tell is the Dragoon range. I think somebody told me one time, if you're going to fake an upgrade, then you upgrade air weapons because it's cheaper. But once you start Dragoon range, you already know where that gas is going. And so it's not going to be any sort of shenanigans there. On the other side, we are going to have the Robo come down. So I like to see it. It does mean that he's, of course, not going to die to any DT shenanigans. And after week 1's games, I'm very happy that we won't see DTs end a game instantly.
And the probe gets out, and Vingzel did see the Robo. Now, he should have known that there was some sort of tech, most likely the Robo. being put down because that Cyber is still not spinning, and it wasn't spinning the whole time. Meanwhile, big move from Vingzel here. Despite seeing fast Robo, he's decided that he can build a Nexus, and this will be very dangerous if La Abuela goes straight Reaver.
Yeah, obviously, if you have a Nexus that is incapable of shooting Scarabs versus a Reaver that can, that's not a great matchup. I don't know what to think about this, because obviously when you get the Robo, you're looking to play a little bit more defensively with like an Observer. Potentially, that's what it looks like if you're an honorable macro player, right? But you can certainly, like we're seeing right here, just go for the shuttle, try to make miracles happen, because he is going Reaver, and that's super exciting because I don't get a chance to see this build very often in PvP. It feels like a lot of times it's honorable macro wars with just gateway units for the first 6 minutes.
Now you could go delayed DT. The probe did leave at a moment where Vingzel could have gone for that, but there's no DT this time. It is just straight into 3-gate. And in response, La Abuela is going to respect the fact that there could be delayed DT. He does go Observer first. And because of that, that's actually going to benefit Vingzel quite a bit. He'll be able to get out a few more units before this Reaver comes. And when you're facing this build, you must have good map control. Well, not map control, but map surface area when you take the fight. If you take the fight where Vingzel is right now, all clumped up, he will lose. The Reaver will just bust through so easily. So hopefully he recognizes that this is a Reaver bust and gets a little bit farther out and can have a big concave.
Well, I mean, it's hard as Vingzel, right? I mean, he's totally in the dark right now. He has no information on the other side. Thankfully, his Dragoons are a little bit pre-spread at the front of his base instead of just clumped up in one control group rallied somewhere. But depending on where this shuttle decides to go into, I mean, there's no holes in this mineral line, I don't think, in the naturals, so you might not want to fire a Reaver shot just dropped off there. Seeing the Observer, though, is going to be one indication to Vingzel that, okay, well, at least he went for one obs, and it's not super fast Reaver, but it certainly doesn't tell him what to expect when he gets across the map.
Well, now that he's seen the Observer, you can see that he's getting a little aggressive, and even if he just leaves the Dragoons here, that's fine. He doesn't need to attack. I would like for him to poke in and see where the units are. If he sees no units at this entrance, it's 100% gotta be Reaver, and he needs to turn around immediately.
Well, he hasn't seen it. Moving in right now, he's gonna see it, so he should react by pulling back, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, but this is a speed shuttle. I did not see that coming, and he's trying to get there, but
pedal to the metal.
Yeah, it's pedal to the metal.
Play me some Outrun. Where's my Mad Max music? He's dropping in, hits the Zealots off, but he's gonna micro that shuttle. And that speed is so fast. He's gonna force a pull on the probes there. Now the Reaver dropping out here. You're gonna see the first Scarab fired. It does connect, but it only hits one of the Dragoons. So now he's gotta get out of dodge. The Zealots will die. Still, that's some decent lost mining time. Only just now Maynarding those probes out to the natural.
Yeah, and Vingzel doing a good job just patrolling back and forth with these Dragoons, trying to cut off the shuttle. Now, did La Abuela realize that he split off goons or not? I don't think he did.
No, not like that. The crushing defeat. La Abuela now horribly behind. No Nexus, no shuttle, no Reaver, and those are all things that Vingzel has.
And Vingzel is matching the tech. His Reaver is already out. He's going to have a shuttle coming out soon. Meanwhile, La Abuela, he's got 2 Reavers, but no shuttle, no Nexus. The longer the game goes, Vingzel's just going to slingshot way ahead. Now, he does have to be a little worried that, of course, La Abuela is building more Reavers. And if he moves out, he doesn't want to go for a base trade scenario because La Abuela is going to have high ground advantage. So he's not going to move out just yet. Probably at 2 Reavers is going to be go time, though.
Yeah, I would say anytime you try to be aggressive in PvP, you gotta know there's Reavers on the other side. And you put your life in the hands of the Scarabs, because if they hit well enough, you are not going to be able to bust through there. So I'm waiting, and I don't think that, obviously La Abuela is going to make the same mistake again. He's probably going to be a little bit more hesitant. He does have quite a bit of map control right now, but is he going to see this pesky probe Wow, Vingsel's scouting this game has been impeccable. He's gotten exactly the information he needs. And now he's going to slide into the natural and see that Nexus making.
Well, here comes that big counter. Damn, Labuela's got a good position, and he's got 2 Reavers. There's only 1 for... Oh, no, that shuttle's so dangerous. Oh, good control.
Yeah, I mean, this is quite a bit of Protoss here for Labuela. So let's watch the Scarabs and see how well they hit. Actually, one got glitched up there. So many Dragoons dying on both sides. The Reaver hits are actually pretty good there. Nice pickup on the Reaver. He's going to drop it out again. The target fire on the shuttle. It will go down. So now it's just 2 stranded Reavers and a bunch of gateway units here. Who's got the better Scarab shots so far? It looks like Labuela didn't do too badly.
Yeah, not too bad, but just too much for Vingzel right now. And I love the pylon out in the front. It bugs out the AI from the Dragoons so much. It's just soaked up so many hits. And we can see that Labuela's got his Nexus almost done. He's got a 3rd Reaver, 4th Reaver even coming, but still no shuttle.
Yeah, I mean, shuttles are really what enables the Reaver. Like, if you don't have them, you can defend, but the shuttle really just makes it possible to do the impossible. Now trying to push out, but pushing into Reavers. Oh, some beautiful shots here. Look at those Scarabs actually doing quite a bit of work here. The Scarabs continuing to fly out there. Finally, both of these Reavers will get taken out, but not before one last Scarab shot. So much damage to Vingsel's army here, but I mean, he's got the economy to replace it.
Yeah, I was surprised that Labuela did so much damage with those Reavers, but now they go down, and it's just going to be 2 Reavers versus 2 Reavers as soon as that 2nd Reaver comes out. There it is. Meanwhile, Vingzel, he's on 7 gate even with Citadel, so he's got speed coming. It's go time now. He knows how well he traded. There's no way Labuela could keep up.
Yeah, I mean, there are 2 more Reavers out, but the gateway count is just massively behind. Let's see what we're at. We're at 3, 3, 4. Okay, so 10 Dragoons here for Labuela, and on the other side, we've got 5 and 4. Okay, actually less, but 3 Zealots are going to make all the difference. And of course, you got 2 shuttles and a Reaver coming in here. So nice split on Labuela's Dragoons. I really like that he's trying to come in with a concave to protect the Reavers behind it, but these Reavers are way out there. Oh no, Nyoken, one of them about to get taken down there by the Dragoons. The second one crawling its little stubby life back to the natural, gets picked up and taken back there by a shuttle. Dragoons trying to stutter step their way back here. Let's see who's got the better Scarabs. Good splitting here by Labuela. Finally, the Reaver's starting to come into play. These Scarabs just so crazy good here for Vingzel. I don't know if Labuela can Scarab his way out of this one.
I mean, Labuela's doing really well with this Reaver. It's just so much Protoss from Vingzel. He's almost double the supply. More rallied across the map. There's Zealots. And the final Reaver goes down for Labuela. Meanwhile, Vingzel's Reaver still holding strong, but it has no Scarabs. So that's going to get taken out, but I don't think it matters.
No, it definitely doesn't matter. There's so many more gateway units here for Vingzel. Such a late expand for Labuela, and losing that early shuttle. Ugh, the struggle. But a beautiful, beautiful play here by Vingzel. He was able to snipe that shuttle by splitting off just a couple of Dragoons, and now he's going to take down this Nexus, and with it, the undefeated Peruvian record. Labuela crushing defeat. And now I can't make memes about Peruvians making it out of every single group that they're in.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be the end of Labuela. I don't see any more Reavers for him. It's just now started, basically. There's no, like, hidden DT tag where he could run a DT into the line. And even if he could, look at this. Vingzel, he knows. He's like, what's the only thing that could lose me the game? A DT. And he builds cannons in his main and the natural to make sure that that doesn't happen. And he's just got too much. He's got 85 to 50. You just can't do anything.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's obviously drawing it out because this is the elimination match. So, I mean, obviously Labuela is going to try to do as much as he can. He does still have all of that infrastructure. He just doesn't have any economy. So, yeah, Vingzel kind of got this one in the bag. Very, very well played. I think all you have to do is just kind of take it slow and steady, and eventually you're gonna crush through here. Yeah, no Reavers versus Reavers. Actually, I tell a lie. He does have one single Reaver and a Dream. Let's see what's gonna happen.
I mean, his Reaver shots were really good last fight. He needs to have some more immaculate Reaver shots. Here he goes. He's got the advantage in this particular fight, at least in terms of the angle, but Vingzel doesn't care. See ya, shuttle, and that's with the Reaver in it.
Yep, that's gonna do it. Wow, great pick off on the shuttle. Takes the Reaver out inside of it. I mean, even though he's trying to kind of running away here, because like, wait, he still has gateway units, and I don't have a Reaver. Vingzel knows that he's retreating back to inevitable victory. One like expand versus no expand is gonna feel pretty good. I mean, I'm just making sure that there are Reavers back at home. There are not.
No.
Wait a second. Does Vingzel just...
He doesn't
Wait
need
a
any.
s-
He's got
Yeah.
Templars coming out. He could morph them into
Okay.
Archons if he needed. He's got so many gates. He could even give up this third base. It really he just bleeds out lava. He's got no more minerals in his main. There goes the first patch. It's gone. We're down to like 400 minerals or so available.
Yeah. Okay. I was looking for a second. I was like, wait a second. What is he doing with all of his money? Well, he's expanding and forcing La Abuela to come to him. Is La Abuela really going to take another expo? Oh, the DT is trying to get in. Oh, hey, they stopped the DT. At least that's going for him.
Yeah,
until...
Oh no!
Oh, attack your own unit. Use the splash damage. No! He's body blocking. And there goes the Reaver. Wow. The Assassin Dark Templar. The Capey boy making it happen.
I didn't even see that TT. We talked about what's the only way that Vingzel could lose DT, and he ends up being the one building the DT. GG.
Wow. Well, La Abuela out of here. A very tearful adios to our muchacho. La Abuela going back home. Vingzel making it forward into the final game of the night. I did not see that one coming. I guess I didn't really know what to expect from Vingzel, but La Abuela, I relied on the memes too much, and unfortunately we will not have a Peruvian player advancing out of Group E.
Yeah, Vingzel looking really good, just as my experience was. Really solid plays. Pretty standard. Like there wasn't anything flashy about that. He just had a flat out better build, better angle, better attacks. It's just really nice. But now he's gonna be going up against Babo. Is it? Oh, it's not a rematch. But Babo looked very good on Gladiator in his Zerg versus Protoss series.
Yeah. Wow. I'm still a little bit triste about that last game. I don't know what to expect from our final game because it's not over for Vingzel. He's got one more South American player to take down. He's swatting them away like flies. But the final boss is coming up. So I'm excited. I think Vingzel's got a lot of potential, especially after that game. I thought he played it really perfectly. That split away of the Dragoons to snipe the shuttle. Mwah! Oh, so good. But now he's got to take on the man with the coolest glasses in Brood War, dare I say. Mauricio Herrera. So let's see if Vingzel can do it, if he can keep the roll, keep it rolling as we get into our final game of the night. I actually still need to load into the lobby here because I'm so excited about that last game. I got so excited about the PvP, Nyoke, and I never thought it would happen.
Yeah, sometimes you forget you're just so hyped. And I'm hyped again because we got Power Bond again. Just never-ending Power Bond. And Sylphid, actually.
This is the only map. I love how to contrast this with the other international league, STPL. It's got these crazy, wacky maps everywhere. Meanwhile, BSL, we only play on Power Bond. Sick. Oh, man. All right. So this is our last map of the night. Hope you guys have been enjoying BSL so far. Let's get into it. It's going to be Vingzel versus Babo on Power Bond. Let's go. All right, here we are. The map is once again Power Bond, and in the upper left-hand corner, in the white as Zerg, this is Babo.
And in the top right, got a very talented Polish Protoss. It is Vingzel. Like, Poland is so strong. Ever since I remember, Poland has been strong. They had Draco, they had Draven, now they got Bonnet. they got True Touch, they got Vingzil, they got Yeti. It's just like non-stop strong players from Poland. Like, it's crazy.
It's just specifically strong Protoss players from Poland. Just want to point that one out. I actually forgot about Draven. I'm glad you mentioned him. Like, Draven's like the OG. That guy is so good. And of course Draco goes way back. So yeah, crazy talented. I mean, Poland as just like an esports nation is ridiculous. Honestly, though, the bigger surprise to me, and I love that like sometimes random games will just get a strong foothold in the strangest places. Brood War in South America, it got down there and it just never died. It's just been still so alive. I'm just continually impressed by how a region that doesn't really excel at a ton of other esports is actually so good at Brood War. Really, really impressive.
Yeah, Bobo's great. DMX is great. Dandy, there, like tons of players from South America are really great. We need to have another NA versus SA rematch or NA versus EU. That'd be pretty epic. I think for sure the results could be different this time. Like, everybody's so stacked.
Yeah, it's also just fun to watch. Like, man, that was one of my favorite parts about. I only caught the end of this. You were around during the OG Nation Wars days, where you just have like the NAAB teams taking on the rest of the world. There's like a ladder, a ranking. You're playing for like pride. It's so good. But those days are a little bit past. There's still like a little bit of Nation Wars out there, but it's certainly not on the scale that it used to be.
Yeah, tomorrow actually there's going to be a Nation War. USA versus Norway. If you want to watch that tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, we're going to have me and Doc Holiday on my channel.
Okay, that's twitch.tv/Nyoken, right?
Yes.
Okay, sick. So I was crossing my fingers. I was asking Santa Claus for one last final present of a Nation War, and what do you know? Santa Nyoken delivers. So okay, all right. So that's tomorrow. I guess that may be today for me, but anyway, I'll be there. You guys should be there too. We're plugging all the Brood War here tonight. But let's take a look at our final game of the night. Another ZVP. I feel like we've just gotten a ton of this matchup today. Also some ZVZs and PvPs, but I'm actually really excited. So Expand coming down. No, we haven't actually seen any of the ZVPs played quite this way with the early Zealots headed out across the map. But Zerglings get around it. They're going to be running across. Zealots running across. Who can deal the most damage? I don't know.
Well, this was shaping up to be a quick game, I thought, because really that was not a good trade from Bobo. Lost 2 Lings, really didn't even damage the Zealot at all. But luckily for him, this third Zealot, but it's got some Bisu level micro.
Wow. Okay, all right. It still dies though, so maybe not quite Bisu. He's back, but he's still got some power level to improve. Meanwhile, on the other side, once again, squeezing your Zealots behind the mineral line on Power Bond, just always so effective, can trade so efficiently. There's just like so many Zerglings that have died just to these Zealots here. But eventually they will be cleaned up, which is, mission accomplished. Bobo survives.
Yeah, unfortunately, a bit of miscontrol on the Zealots at the end there. I really thought Bobo was in trouble taking this third hatch with no gas, but now he's eliminated the Zealots. He killed another Zealot back at the natural. Now he's got 10 Lings, and now Vingzil's forced to build a cannon, which I thought he was just going to be able to run away building cybernetics, skipping cannon, but not the case this time. He's going to respect the potential counterattack.
So a little bit of damage going to be put on these outside buildings just because the cannon is not up yet, but you gotta make sure not to get these Zealots out of position. All it takes is the Zerglings funneling through, and you turn a game that you can hold on to into a loss. But meanwhile, on the other side, Bobo, after that defense, is powering on through 3 hatches, lair on the way. And so really everything kind of business as usual on his side of the map.
Yep, business as usual. Stargate coming down. Are we going to see another fast Citadel? It's just so trendy. I am surprised that we've seen Gateway expand so often. I'm going to have to watch some Bisu games because really we were not seeing this ever. Last BSL was maybe like 10% of the time. Now today it's been like 80% of the time. But there's the Citadel. Again, it's going to be fast DTs.
Yeah, I mean, I like the fast DTs, especially when you get 2 of them, like we've kind of been saying. But obviously that means you gotta have to do something with them. I just don't want to see 2DTs die to Zerglings under an Overlord. If I can never have that happen again in my life, I'll be a happy observer. Well, I mean, this is sort of the way of the world. The Zealots move across the maps, the Zerglings try to stop the Zealots. Eventually the Zealots get cleaned up, hopefully, or they deal crazy drone damage for no reason. But I think there's enough Zerglings here to hold on, right? Yeah, it's only 4 Zealots.
Yeah, there's a ton of lings that were made by Babo, maybe 6 to 8 more. And now these Zealots are pretty much dead in the water. And I don't know if that was worth it. He also didn't even confirm the 3rd hatch positioning. You know he's looking for it at this point because these Zealots are so dead, but not worth, I don't think. Oh, actually, a Zealot gets into the main, so at least he confirms there's a Spire.
That's pretty cool. I mean, he is going to force at least a little bit of drone micro here if he wants to attack them, but I guess not. Pacifist Zealot does not like killing drones. I'll never kill again. It was how I was raised, but it's not my life. So they all die, which is a little bit anticlimactic. The one Corsair in the main trying to catch some Overlords that pop out. Unfortunately, it's only drones being built there, so not going to find anything there either. Full scout, though, and that's going to make Bingzel feel at least maybe a little bit better, although not too good because he's going to see a Zerg powering off all these bases, and let's see if the Zerglings, not going to break through.
Yeah, not going to break through. Also, the Kate boys coming out pretty soon, and behind us, Bingzel's just now starting to get up his gateway count, but Babo's powering really hard, taking a look at his drone count in the natural. It's really good. In the main, we need a few more drones there, though, but the natural and third base really well saturated. He's really setting up very nicely to go into a long game.
And finally catching an Overlord. Okay, mission accomplished there for the Corsairs. They'll take that one out. I guess that's the only Overlord out on the map. Nice split on the Scourge here. Let's see if those can catch the pesky Corsairs. Probably not. But the Cape Boy sneaking through towards the main. Actually, there's only one Overlord here, and if he can move right past it... I don't know what the question mark was for. Maybe there's a little bit of lag there, maybe a pause that we didn't see. But it also could have been because he saw the DT walk up and then run away again.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of lag, but yeah, we don't know exactly what it was. Bingzel putting down his 4th and 5th gate. Hydrogen is done for Babo. He's got speed halfway done. Is there an evolution chamber anywhere? I don't see an evolution chamber anywhere for Babo, but he is again getting +1 armor.
He does have one. I think it's at the 3rd. Wait, where is that Evo? No, he actually doesn't. Wow, I tell a lie. I thought for sure he would have one by now.
Yeah, so this time, no evolution chamber, which is gonna be kind of detrimental. Protoss already has +1 weapon. A lot of times you're seeing follow-ups of +1 armor for Protoss. Nope, just like Lancer X, he's gonna get +2 weapon.
Wow. Yeah, and starting to hit that High Templar timing too. So, are they going to catch this DT? No, he doesn't actually have an Overlord out on the map. But Overlord speed coming in, I think that's the big upgrade that's going to help out, especially when it comes to tracking down these pesky Dark Templar. I think he actually does see the Shimmer by his Zerglings. But do we have any Overlords on the map? I don't think so.
No, Sares were roaming around, making sure that they were completely off the map. Scourge have gotten a couple connections, but Sare count is still at 3. Meanwhile, Bingzel's now going into his big power spike. He's got 8 gate actually, with range almost done on the Dragoon. So we're going to have a big goon timing any moment now.
Yeah, and that's going to combo with Storm being done with range, like you said. Maybe ground weapons, although that'd be a little bit slow. But you're right, there is that sick timing coming up. Nice scout by the Scourge, though, will confirm the gateway count and might be able to confirm. Oh, yeah, he confirms that there's no more Corsairs being built there, too. So that's nice to know.
We have an unfortunate big miss from Bingzel. He's got 2 on gas at his natural. Hopefully he recognizes that, because Protoss, you've definitely got to be mining your gas fully. Otherwise, what are you going to do? Build Mass Zealot into Hydras and Lurkers? That's not going to be ideal for you.
Yeah, wait, did he fix that? No, still 2 on gas. Wow. Well, that's obviously not great. I love the latent feeling that you get when you accidentally mess up your gas mining, because you'll start to just recognize like nothing overt, but it's like I should have more. You just get that feeling, and you're not sure why, but then maybe later on you recognize, oh wait, that this feels bad.
Yeah, well he just fixed it, so thankfully he did fix his gas. He's not going to be terribly hurt. But here comes mass mutas. I wonder what triggered this from Bobo. This is a lot of mutas too.
Yeah, this is not just the I want to snipe your High Templar level of mutas. He also has a ton of, oh wow, look at these storms though. He runs through all of them and he's just suiciding in on the main. He's gonna say, come at me, bro. Look at these Scourge though. They maybe clump up a little bit too much, but now there's only one Corsair left against an entire control group of mutas. I don't think so, Corsair. It gets bopped out of existence, and the main will follow suit. A really strong, bold move that I don't think Vingzel saw coming at all.
Yeah, nobody saw that coming. There was nothing really to tip or to trigger a muta switch like that, but it was actually genius because the 11-minute power spike that Protoss wanted to go for, well, now he's sitting in his main, so that power spike's never going to happen. It allows Bobo to power even harder. He's closed the gap in terms of supply. He's got 6 hatch now, still no 4th base. I'd like to see that come up pretty soon. He's also got his +1 weapon finally started out of that evolution chamber.
Oh yeah, he decided to build one of those. Surprise. Wow, more mutas on the way just to keep hammering it home, and he's also getting excellent harassment done there. Baits out a storm and gets out without taking too much damage there. This is just so good. Watching Bobo play, man, it is a thing of beauty. And not only does he have a million lurker or hydras, he's also getting that lurker aspect. So we'll have those for a soft contain or hard contain, I guess, if he wants to.
He just forced out so many storms, picking off one pylon, which really doesn't matter to Vingzel. He spent like 3 storms, and now
he can heal up.
Yeah, and any incoming Hydra attack now is just going to be that much stronger. Now, I'm taking a look at all these Templars. They actually have a lot of energy, so maybe it wasn't as big of a move as I thought, but that was pretty cute.
Yeah, I just love being proactive. Like, mutas give you the ability to get out on the map and actually do something. Like, cancel this base. So, fantastic positioning there. Catches that out. And you can't even be a Corsair out on the map because you just die instantly. Another pick off here by Bobo. So good.
And we do see lurkers are starting to enter the fold. He's got a ton morphing at his 3rd base, some at the natural. And Vingzel, what's the move? He's missed his timing. I'm assuming that he's just going to go for split map, but he's gotten his base denied so many times.
I mean, he's going to try again. The tenacity here. I think he'll actually be able to get this base up because I think Bobo was building a little bit too much, well, not too much economy, but just getting his economy going. You can see he's got defensively positioned lurkers around this 4th base coming up, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, you both get an extra base, and theoretically it's better for Bobo. DT kind of coming in, going out. Wow, no way it survives. All right, Justice spike there on the end from that lurker. Takes it out. But yeah, both players powering up. I just think Bobo's going to be so much stronger, right?
Yeah, Bobo's got Hive halfway done. He's got triple evolution chamber now. Meanwhile, Protoss is going to have +3 pretty soon, but no armor, no shields. These Lings and Hydras are going to be hitting so hard. Would like to see double Forge sometime soon from Vingzel to try and match the upgrades from Zerg, but this is not good. 145 to 150. Getting a bit ugly, but here comes Vingzel with a big attack. Where does he want to go though? Look how many lurkers there are.
I respect this attack. I mean, it's cool because it's very, very powerful, but you got to know your opponent just has infinity lurkers. I mean, there are quite a few storms, like you pointed out earlier, Nyoken, so let's see how this goes. I mean, it's not going to be a good day to be a Zealot, that's for sure, but let's see if he can maybe scourge the observers to hold on here. He does have good storms in the front, but there's no commitment for Lings to run in on top of these gateway units, so I mean, Bobo's kind of bleeding out units here a little bit towards the south. These Dragoons doing an excellent job. Now let's see if there are enough storms to break through the lurker wall. He's trying to find where the spikes are coming from and take them out. Another good storm, and having to run through that does really hurt. These Dragoons are getting so many kills, but finally the Lings get on top of the Templar in the back, and look at the surround! So many lurkers coming from behind, and you're gonna have to reposition, and look at this, just siege unsiege on these lurkers, burrowing further and further. The storms are dealing so much damage, but ultimately, yeah, Vingsel's got to head for the hills.
Yeah, just a beautiful surround right there. Babo sandwiching the army of Vingzel, but behind this, he's at least gotten his third base up. He needs to start thinking about taking the fourth base soon, though, because Main and Natural are both about to mine out. And now I'm really getting worried because Hive is done. Adrenaline 80% done. 4 base for Babo, but we need to saturate with drones. As I say that, there they go. And he kept the majority of his lurkers alive, and he's building even more. We're up to 18 lurkers.
What? Okay, all right. I mean, maybe too many lurkers, but we're gonna have 1-1 and Adrenal done for the Lings, which is almost even scarier, because nothing kills anything Protoss faster than Adrenalings. They are so crazy, and now we're just gonna have a bunch of Zerglings in production. Although I will say that the way to deal with all of this like mass units, even lurkers, is Reavers, and those are on the way. So can't fault Vingzel for at least knowing the route to go to hang on here.
Oh, support pay is done. He is getting speed. This could just be harassment, which is what a lot of Protoss players do, but I personally do like the Reaver. Oh no,
the pylon wall comes down just seconds too slow. Wow, he does force the cancel. That's so crazy.
Yeah, Lings. What was it, like 8 Lings force a cancel, and Zealots are hitting him? Just crazy amounts of damage.
And it was already like not just freshly made. It had some health on it before those Lings got there. Wow. Only so many things you can say about that. I mean, Vingzel is doing a great job kind of hanging on here. I say hanging on even though it's like a lot closer than it was earlier. I thought Babo's mutas just did so much damage, but it certainly seems like Vingzel has powered his way back into the game.
Yeah, I actually thought Babo was gonna run away with it. We had denied third base for so long. We kept Protoss back. But then I look at Protoss, he's on 4 base, but not only that, he started taking bottom middle, and I think Babo at some point sent a drone down there, and these cannons denied it. So now he's gonna have, how many bases total? If he gets that side also, it's gonna be like 8, which would be more bases than Babo can take, but this base is so close to where Babo is, a drop would be so catastrophic.
Oh yeah, that's actually a great point. I mean, obviously it would have to go unscouted, and there's some scouting things out there. But you're right, that would be super devastating. Oh no, watch this one crackling cancel the 6 o'clock base. No.
I like how the probe doesn't even dare. Like, there's no, okay, oh, you got a little ballsy. Oh no.
Yeah, if that probe looks the wrong way at this Zergling, it just dies, spontaneously combusts. But thankfully, the honorable Zealot Warlord able to take out that invincible Zergling. Wow, I feel like we just watched an epic battle in a microcosm.
Well, this is setting up to get pretty epic. We've got high tier units out. Reaver is out at the natural. We've got Archons finally starting to get morphed. Still no second forge for Vingzel, so his upgrades are going to be very slow. Oh, there's a drop at the third. Goodbye, drones.
Wow, okay, exactly like you were saying. These drops so crazy. Another huge storm comes off. Whoa, even more. Carnage being held down there and actually having to kill off his own Sunken and get Lings behind the mineral lines there. But now the drop is just going to hide out. See if he can find out with some Scourge. Does he even have Scourge left?
Yeah, I don't see any Scourge anywhere. But Babo's going to try and get something done with just Lings and Defilers, which they should be able to bust up. There's only 1 Templar with 2 Zealots. They need to hold position on the ramp, though. But here comes Vingzel. He's going to try and intercept it. I think he's going to finish it very easily. Now, Shuttle's moving on the left side. He's going to the drones.
Uh-oh, here we go. Now another huge storm goes off there. He does lose the Templar, I believe. Yeah, so he's going to head out of there. But a very successful mission there by that shuttle. And it even gets out before the Scourge can hit it.
Yeah, I'm loving Vingzel's position. He's got even bases. Babo's trying to take top left, but I do still I'm still waiting for the big doom drop from Zerg to this main because the ramp is locked down. But in the main, there's only 3 cannons. Robo is just finishing. I wish he would go and drop.
Yeah, especially along the top side of the map. There's basically nothing there to stop a drop from coming in. And especially even if it does come in, how do you get back in your main when your army's like halfway out across the map? It's just not going to happen. And I think maybe even if you sacrifice a base, if you can get cracklings in a Protoss main, I mean, it's hard to outvalue that.
Oh, here we go. Big attack to the top. And just like you were saying, Protoss way out of position right now. And what does he have at home? Every single unit he has is across the map. We have 3 Templar that just popped out. That's it. There's nothing left. This probe is the only vision, and now he sees it. But is it too late? Vingzel, you got to turn around.
Yeah, he is going to try to turn around. A little bit of a plague goes off on the army, so it's going to soften that up. But I mean, most of it's on an Archon, so good luck with that one. Finally hitting a beautiful storm at the choke point through the gateways, but the Defilers are still going to make it in. Dark Swarm to prevent the Protoss army, and oceans of cracklings flooding the map across it. Oh man, how do you make it through here? The Protoss army trying to return, but I mean, you can't get through this many lurkers, Dark Swarm, cracklings. Oh my. There's even another Defiler that's full on energy.
Yeah, and
watch this plague come through. Oh no. I'm waiting for it. Oh, turn around. Turn around. Oh, that's another swarm instead. But he does have energy. Oh yeah, there it is. A nice plague. Once again, hits mostly Archons because they are big boys. But you can't break into your own base. Crackling's killing everything. And now another Crackling wave hits the natural. There are cannons and Reavers here to try to defend. But the Cracklings get on top of the Reaver. They're going to take it out. And man, Paweł, what's this guy ever... I'm sorry for doubting you. What a big move.
Yeah, and all the gateways are going to go down, and now Vingzel's got to rebuild. And luckily for him, it's not Bloody Ridge where he can't rebuild anywhere. He's got another main. So he can start rebuilding, but top right is gone. Like, there's Ultras and Lings and Lurkers there. You're not saving that base, so now we're just going to have, I guess, a fresh new main for Vingzel. Luckily, most of his probes were transferred across the map.
I mean, Vingzel did get a 6 storm drop off in the meantime. He's going back in for another one. Finally, Scourge come in, but he kills every single drone at this base. Oh wow, that's pretty. I mean, you're getting the job done, but still losing the main is just heartbreaking.
Yeah, the harassment from Vingzel's been great, but now we've got supplies flipped, and Zerg is 2-2-2 across the board. Luckily, Protoss finds a base at top left. I mean, Paweł taking out top left is a big deal. There's not that much econ for Paweł now, I guess. He's still got his 5th base in the mineral only. Well, okay, he does still have 3 base, but Vingzel still has 3 base also. He just needs to rebuild all of his gateways.
This is actually kind of strange because he is getting damage done. Like, it's not a lot, and Vingzel's losing quite a bit. Paweł's still in a great spot. Let's find out what happens when these armies actually have to fight each other, because I think this is where Paweł kind of rolls them over.
Yeah, we've got Ling, Lurker, Ultra, no Defilers yet. So many Ultras reinforcing from the left side. This base is gone. See you later.
And 5 energy before this High Templar has Storm. Storm with High Templar. No! Okay, there it is. Actually, a really good Storm, but it's just not enough.
Well, he does evacuate all the probes. He actually saves the Reavers too, but he's going to lose maybe his whole Gateway army. Not too sure just yet. Reavers on the high ground doing work versus Ultra and Ling, though.
Double
third army.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to clean this up, but it's just infinity more. I mean, this is the Swarm at this point. You're not going to come back from this. Another huge macro cycle finishes, and there's more Ultras and Lings and Bears, oh my. I mean, this in crazy amounts of Storm. I do not know where Vingzel is getting these Storms from. He just seems to always have more.
I mean, I love watching this from Zerg because it's just like non-stop attack. But playing versus it, I hate it. It's like, okay, do you ever not have infinite units? I just killed 100 units and now you're back with 100 more. There's 10 more Ultras at the ramp. He's streaming more units. Hydras intercept the shuttle. Goodbye, Reaver.
Uh-oh. Yeah. That's heartbreaking. I mean, Storm on ramps is pretty good, so the defense on the 6 is pretty invincible, but that drop is just going to be it. Oh, that is a drop, right? Yeah. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, the drop, actually, most of the overlords weren't full. So he's not
Yeah.
going to kill as much as I thought. And look at the supply now, 120 to 110. Remember a moment ago, we had Max Bobo versus 130 Vingzo.
Yeah, don't feed me too many statistics. You're gonna make me think Bingsl's got a chance here, Nyoken.
He's got a bank. I mean, it's true. He's got Reavers.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, Reavers are good. Where's the Muta switch though? Like that's what I want to see. I mean, 6 o'clock is holding. 3 o'clock's good. They're both pretty healthy bases for the most part. Plague on the Reaver's not gonna help them out very much, but I think they'll still be fine. Oh wow, the little Hydra that could pops a Reaver before it dies, but I mean the base survives. Things still pretty dead though, right?
I don't know. I mean, he's still shuttling all over the map. He's got a Zealot and Templar waiting to storm this 4th base. There's a storm. Wipes out a lot of drones. This is crazy, but he's losing his entrance, but it's 3 Reavers.
Yeah, Reaver Archon, pretty cost effective. Another storm comes down, but I think if these Reavers fall, then the game falls with it. And one's gonna go down. He's gonna lose the next Reaver here. Shoots his own, turns around, shoots his own Zealot. I don't know about that, but more storms coming through, but finally diving on this last Reaver. I think this is gonna be it. He does not have what it takes to remake those in time. The Zealots are gonna go down. And I think Bobo did it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the third or mid right for Bingo. He's got 3 Reavers just sitting there. Imagine if he had that at bottom.
Oh, and there it is. Vingzel leaves the game. Bobo is going to advance out in 2nd place. So wow, Tai 2 advances out in 1st and Bobo in 2nd. But what a crazy last couple of games there. Bobo slaying every South American player in his path.
Yeah, crazy game. Like up there with the Casper and the Max game. That game was crazy. But this one was really good also. So a fantastic game to end on. And we've got 2 great Zerg players moving on.
Yeah, also keep in mind this is going to finish up the round of 24. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I can't believe we did all of that. We did, so yeah, this is it, right? Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F. Wow. So that means that coming up tomorrow, there's going to be the exciting round of 16 group draw, which is where you get to watch David's fabulous wife do her esports duty and draw the groups for the round of 16. I can't wait to see what the round of 16 groups look like. Honestly, we've got so many insane players qualify, and this is where you get to see the pre-qualified players from last season, which are Boneth, DeWalt, Dragon, and True Touch. We'll all be kind of mixed in, sprinkling the salt on top of the players that have qualified from the round of 24. It's just gonna be so good. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we are gonna have some really good groups. Like Terrors made it out.
Yeah.
I want to see him versus. Who do I want to see him versus? I want to see him versus DeWalt. DeWalt was top 4 last season, right? We're missing a couple players that actually didn't make BSL. Notable ones like Dandy didn't make it, Koget didn't make it, but that's just allowing us to have chances to see these new players. How far can they go? How far can Ghost Dark go? What about SPS?
Yeah.
So this is going to be really tough groups. I'm hoping to see some big names get knocked out.
Yeah, honestly, the upsets that happen when we get into round of 16, transitioning on to round of 8, so crazy. I hope you guys have enjoyed the games today. Sorry, I missed a couple of the early ones, but we do have a lot of American, South American, European players advancing. The powers of the world coalescing in the round of 16. It's going to be amazing. Also, don't forget there is that Nation War happening tomorrow that will be on Nyoken's channel if you want to watch North America versus Norway. And let's see what else is coming up. We got Corrupted Cup next month. So much Brood War going on. STPL starts up on Monday, so that'll be not tomorrow, but the day after tomorrow. Tons of Brood War action out there, so it's a good time to be alive. Oh yeah, I guess we should point out that. Wait, sorry, I missed what Zero said behind us. Okay, so let me check Discord. All right, so what's going to happen is I believe that, let's see, Gosu League is also happening at the same time. That's on Tuesday, Thursday. Pro League, of course, is on the weekend. And then, of course, a big thanks to the BSL Patreons, Izo for the $200 a month level, and then, of course, ARG Sabbath, Kamchak, Moontank Spacewalk, and Peter Kirk for subscribing at the $20 a month BSL Patreon level. If you guys want to join them, you can visit patreon.com/bombastic and show your support there. You can also subscribe to this channel, follow the channel, follow us on Twitter at Bombastic Star, Facebook, facebook.com/Bombastic Star League, and of course YouTube, which is on David's YouTube, which is DidekZZZ or something like that. We can post it in chat. You guys can click all of those links in the chat to subscribe and stay up to date with all of BSL info, and make sure to tune in tomorrow for the round of 16 at group stage. Did I miss anything? Okay, I think we're good. All right. So on behalf of myself and Nyoken, Zero behind the scenes, and the entire BSL staff, we want to thank you all for tuning in and hope to see you back tomorrow for the group draw and next week for even more BSL Pro Series action. Thanks for watching. Have a great morning, afternoon, night, wherever you are. We love you. See you next week.